All right, for math, we are going to continue to compare numbers within 5. And I have out page 73, and you will need out page 73 and some 2-color counters from your math kit. So if you want to pause the video, grab those things, and we can talk about which is greater comparing numbers within 5. All right. This question, which is greater, means the same thing as which is more. More and greater mean the same thing. So when I ask which is greater, I'm asking which is more. And I want you to use your counters to build some 5 frames. And I want you to build a 5 frame that shows 4 in this very first one here. So 1, 2, they don't really fit very well, 3, and 4. All right, and then use the other side to build a 5 frame that shows 3. 1, 2, and 3. So it is asking you which one is greater, which one has more. You can see that the 5 frame is more full when it has 4 in it than when it has 3 in it. So 4 is more or is greater than 3. So you will circle the number 4. Take those off of here, and we'll start over with the next row. It is asking you to build a 5 frame that shows the number 2. Shows the number 2. So here we go. 1, 2. And on this side, we need a 5 frame that shows 5. And if a 5 frame shows 5, that means it is completely filled up. That whole thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 counters there. I think you can tell just by looking which one is more or which one is greater. You're right. It's the number 5. So go ahead and circle that number 5 because 5 is greater than 2. All right. Let's try the last one on this page. It's asking us to build a 5 frame that shows 1. That should be pretty easy peasy. There it is. That 5 frame shows 1. And on this side, they want a 5 frame that shows the number 4. So we'll count out 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So which 5 frame has more? Which one is greater? Yes, the one that has 4 has more or is greater. So let me circle up the 4. 4 is more than 1 or 4 is greater than 1. All right, I'll move my counters to the side here, turn my paper over, and it is asking us to fill in the number that the 5 frame shows and then kind of compare which one is less this time. Did you hear what I said? Less, not as many, not as many. So this 5 frame is completely full. So yes, it shows 5, right? Down and around. Put a hat on top, see what you found. It's a big fat 5 right there. So 5. If it helps you to see which one is less, you could always draw 4 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one is less, 5 or 4? You're right. 4 is less. That means not as many. 4 doesn't have as many dots as 5 does. So 4 is less. Take a look at that next 5 frame. How many do you see? 3. Around and stop. Around and stop for the number 3. Over here is asking you for 5. And like I said, if it's easier for you, if you can see it better in your brain, absolutely draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dots so that you can look to see 5, 3. Which one is less? Which one is not as many? That's right. 3 is not as many as 5. 3 is less than 5. All right. Check out this 5 frame. How many do you see? 0, none, nada, nothing. Put that 0 right in that. And then over here, if you want, you can draw your 2 dots. This one should be pretty easy. Which one is less? 0 or 2? Right. 0 doesn't have any. It's definitely less. 0 is less than 2. So I'm going to circle that 0. And then we're just going to move right down to that last example. How many do you see in that 5 frame? There are 2 in that 5 frame, right? Around, slant down, pull back. 2. And if it's easier for you to see it, you can definitely draw 1, 2, 3 dots. And if it helps you, when the numbers are close like this, you can even match them up. You can match this dot to that dot and this dot to that dot so that you know that there's an extra dot over here for 3. So 3 is more. That means that 2 is less. There are none left over here. You've used up all your dots when you match them up. 2 is less than 3. Not as many. All right. It is time for you to practice this. And you will be working on page 75, where you will be writing down what you see in the 5 frame and comparing it to the number that they give you for which one is greater. And remember, when we're talking about which one is greater, it's the same thing as which one is more. So this side is greater or more. Flip that over and it looks almost exactly like what we just did. And this side, you are thinking about which is less. So your brain will have to switch gears a little bit and go from which is greater to which is less. Write the number you see in the 5 frame and compare it to the number that they give you. When you're done, upload your work to Schoology because I can't wait to see who is understanding which is greater and which is less.